Excellencies, partners, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to greet you on behalf of UN Women's Executive Director, Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, at the opening of this conference on accelerating gender equality in the context of COVID-19. This very year, the year 2020, marks a milestone moment for accelerating implementation of global commitments to gender equality. It is the 25th anniversary of the Fourth World Conference on Women and the adoption of its landmark outcome, the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. A visionary agenda that set out how to remove the systemic barriers that hold women back from equal participation in all areas of life, whether public or private. In other words, those systemic barriers that hold families, villages, cities, and entire nations back from economic development. And despite some progress, not a single country today can claim that it has achieved full gender equality. This year's anniversary is therefore a rallying point. It is time for transformative actions to move the needle and finally achieve the human rights of all women and girls. It is time for generation equality. I therefore thank the Union for the Mediterranean for leading on this occasion, bringing us together so timely to critically assess and deliberate on the actions we all need to take to ensure our future will be a better one for all. And in these testing times of COVID-19, we need to pay very close attention to two things at the very same time. First is how this pandemic has distinct negative effects on women and girls. And second, how this pandemic might revert achievements that have been realized during the past decade in the area of gender equality. Now, the pandemic came to a world already characterized by gender inequalities. So, for example, only 4 out of 10 women participate in the labor market. And these women make only 77% of each dollar earned by men. But additionally, women carry out at least 2.5 times of the unpaid work. And of course, women are subjected in higher frequency towards domestic violence and gender-based violence. But we can also not afford excluding women of not being an integral part, an integral force of the urgently needed acceleration of economic development. We are determined to not repeat the mistakes of 2008, global financial crisis, when the fiscal stimulus packages and support measures were provided mainly to large infrastructure projects that mainly employed men, while jobs were cut in teaching, nursing, and the public sector. These are all female-intensive sectors. But importantly, these are schools, hospitals, public services, in other words, main pillars behind development of any country. What we need to do now is simply to direct our focus to sustainability and long-term solutions. This includes labor rights of women, including working with employers. It includes improving prevention and response mechanisms in terms of domestic violence. It includes strengthening the care economy. And it includes gender-responsive private sector. None of this is impossible. Yet all of them are urgently needed. On behalf of UN Women, I wish you a very fruitful discussion over the coming days that will see the emergence of innovative approaches that will enable us to build back better on the basis of a more sustainable and resilient economy that leaves no one behind.